Come on, let's go really up. Down chillin' with the homies that'll really go. Got a bad chicken in the what the going up? Better bring her up while you looking like a stab. Put you in a car fight. Like, better get the up. Bought another round cause we getting fucked up. I'ma put you in the dirt cause I ain't gonna find you a bam. Yo, go on, baby, come on, let's go really up. Yo, come on, let's go really up. I'ma put you in the dirt. Come on, let's go really up. Yo, come on, let's go really up. I'ma hit the jerk. Come on, let's go really up. Yo, come on, let's go really up. I'ma put you in the dirt. Come on, let's go really up. Yo, come on, let's go really up. I'ma hit the jerk. Come on, let's go really up. But I just wanna hit the bar, I just wanna do the best, I just wanna get up. I ain't never trusted anybody else in my love. Yo, I don't go, bitch, I just wanna go. You know I'm on the road, bitch, I'm making so much cash, I can't see the plug. Got 0 to 100, you know I'm about to blow. John Cena, you better hide your fucking face. You some motherfucker days in every place. You some fake, but you better get safe, cause I'm fitting your leg, cause I'm fitting your shape. In Tokyo, with an all green fit, no jacket. Shady and cars, but you know I'm fucking retro. If you wanna fucking take it to my bedroom, pop a fucking bean and I ain't talking pencil. Trance. She's a fucking toss, so I drop my pants. When it got, she got all of my songs, so I took it to the bed. Yeah, let's go really hard. Yo, come on, let's go really hard. I'ma put you in the dirt. Come on, let's go really hard. Yo, come on, let's go really hard. I'ma hit the fucking jerk. Come on, let's go really hard. Yo, come on, let's go really hard. I'ma put you in the dirt. Come on, let's go really hard. Yo, come on, let's go really hard. I'ma hit the fucking jerk. Come on, let's go really hard.
Alright, is that better? Is that what you guys want? You want Streamer Man? You got Streamer Man. Alright. Okay, so today you read the fucking title. You know what the fuck it's about. You know what the fuck we're doing, okay? And honestly, So this is what I'm thinking about doing, alright? We're just going to run through a quick little fucking timeline of exactly what the fuck has been happening, because right now, this is what's happening. This is what's happening right now. This fucking top screen, you see some people in fucking downtown. This other screen, you see some police officers. I'm not seeing any fucking Marines, though, okay? I want to see some fucking Marines. I was told there was some big fucking guns, snipers, shit like that, but I'm just seeing some normal-ass fucking cops, so that's a little bit of a bummer. Either way, I thought it would be a good idea if we just run through a little bit of a fucking timeline. Secondly, another problem that I am experiencing that's pretty fucking bad is, there's my chat. There we go. Now I can see chat. Alright, yeah. I can kind of see chat. It's not fully updated. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. There we go. I want to suck his dick. You know what? We will all get chances to suck dick later. Right now, we're going to be running through what exactly is going on in fucking LA today. So first step, I gotta go to my fucking Google Doc. I actually have a Google Doc, okay? And by Google Doc, I mean, I have a Wikipedia page running down what the fuck happened over the last couple of days. And outside of the Wikipedia page, I have a couple of YouTube videos that we're going to show. So that's the extent of the research that I've done. I've looked at Wikipedia and I pulled up some news clips. So essentially, I have done 3 times the research that the average streamer has done. At least the average streamer, if the average streamer is Asmongold, which sadly, Asmon's not the average, he's the fucking best, okay? So I am doing the same level of journalistic integrity as Asmongold, which Asmongold is, would be fucking Elon Musk's favorite streamer. And he's the richest man in the world. So I am literally just as good as the media that the richest man in the world fucking consumes, okay? So as long as we're doing that, we're good. But we're going to go over to this little wiki page, and we're just going to run through exactly what the fuck happened, because this all started outside of a Home Depot. Okay? I wish that was a fucking joke. It's kind of hilarious that the thing involving a fuck ton of Mexicans getting deported starts at a Home Depot, but I shit you not, it begins at a Home Depot. I'm not even being fucking racist, okay? I just kind of was. A little bit, but it's okay because I'm kind of Cuban. Like, kind of. Like a quarter kind of way, okay? Either way, we're moving on. Starts at a Home Depot. This is what we got.
And we're in the Westlake area. This is very close to downtown Los Angeles. Skyfox over the Home Depot out here off of Wilshire Boulevard.
Now, I'm not sure if this is the same Home Depot. All I know is Home Depots seem to be a consistent part of this storyline. An extremely consistent part of this storyline is Home Depots, and I'm not sure why. I'm not exactly sure why, but the Home Depot narrative is very much integral to this, because the next day after this, the protesters do something that is pretty fucking interesting. They took it, so somebody buys a pallet of bricks, and they take Home Depot carts, and they put bricks inside the carts, and then they lay the carts out in the road. But then that wasn't enough. The protesters also then set fires to Huevos. Now, just in case you don't know what a Huevo is a robotic car. So I say fuck the robots, burn down the Huevos, okay? I'm fine with burning down Huevos, but I think they were also doing Teslas, okay? And I'm just going to make an assumption right now, and just say if you're going to be burning down a car in a protest, it's probably not your car. Especially if that car was from Compton. That was probably not their car, probably not their Cybertruck. I'm not saying I've seen cases of theft, I'm just saying I'm going to put money on the fact that that's probably not their vehicle they're torching, okay? Just judging by the fact that they're lighting the Huevos on fire, I'm just going to assume any Teslas are not going to be the owner's Tesla. But that's just a guess.
Just moments ago, officers from ICE were out here. That's going to be the Homeland.
Yeah, no, they literally caught them slipping at a Home Depot. I should just shut the fuck up and let this play for a second. But you know what? I'm actually talking. I'm doing what more fucking streamers need to learn how to do, you know? Actually give some fucking content. I might be spurging for a few seconds, but hey, it's better than just sitting there like... Can you guys believe that? You know, I think we need a little bit of spurging in our fucking lives. At least every now and again we need a little bit of fucking spurging.
What was happening out here. Now, apparently there was some kind of scuffle at one point, possibly even a call for a man with a gun in the area. LAPD arrived out here. They quickly called that a code 4, meaning they didn't find any evidence of that. But we do know that Homeland Security was here. They did take some people into custody. Right now, though, the Home Depot back to normal as it would be. But again,
this is normal for the Home Depot. I love when he says that.
In the Westlake District, and
just complete. Is this just normal LA? Is this just fucking LA Home Depot? It looks like a fucking third world country. Cars are like fucking waving in and out of each other. It looks like fucking street in Hong Kong. This is a normal day at the Home Depot, because I thought this was like protesters parking. But then at the same time, the newscasters just like, yeah, this is a normal average fucking day at this Home Depot. So like, I don't know at this point.
Downtown Los Angeles, a couple of people taken into custody by Homeland Security.
Also, I'm fucking jealous.
Skybox.
It's 62 when this was happening, okay? 62 when this was happening. In my fucking city, it was like 110. I was dying.
The studio.
Stu, do we know how many people were taken into custody, and did they come from
If this is what it normally looks like,
this
this is scary.
Jen, we really don't have much information about that. Well, the only thing that we can say is
Fucking move, okay? Just get out of there. Holy fuck. The amount of money that you're spending in gas is probably enough to buy a fucking house somewhere else, okay? If this is the normal traffic at a fucking Home Depot parking lot, find another place to live, okay? It's that simple.
Is that the scanner call involving the police was actually in the parking lot area. We do know that, but other than that, we don't know about the number of people taken or their status or who they were, but apparently there was some sort of activity.
We don't know how many they got, but they did get them out of Home Depot, guys. It's kind of fucked up, but why? Okay, this is my perspective, all right? If you're an illegal trying to get work right now, why the fuck would you go to a Home Depot? Why would you do that? That seems like the first place they would look. Like, I don't know, like that just seems like poor form, you know? That seems like the first place they would look. I feel like if you're an illegal caught in front of the Home Depot, you deserve to get deported past that point. Okay, you forfeited. We caught you slipping hard. Don't go to the Home Depot. I feel like that is literally the first place they would look.
This morning out here, and they do know it was the Department of Homeland Security.
Either way, this is how it starts, okay? And it all starts like this. It all starts all nice and small and cute at a fucking Home Depot, okay? And then, later that night, this happened. God damn it. This then transpired later that day.
Now at 11, protests and high tension downtown after a series of surprise ICE raids today. Police used tear gas and non-lethal rounds to try and disperse an outraged crowd. We saw video of police taking people into custody, but so far we don't know exactly how many. And you saw these images right here on NBC4 all afternoon and evening. Crowds gathered in protest, and the LAPD called in for backup. Now tonight, leaders across LA are condemning these raids. In all, nearly 4 dozen people were detained in downtown LA and Westlake, part of the Trump administration's promised immigration enforcement. NBC4's Macy Jenkins live on the ground downtown. She joins us with reaction to what has been a very emotional day for many. Macy?
Well, Kathy, the latest in today's saga just before 9:30, after several hours of protesting, LAPD officers finally moved towards the crowd, trying to get them.
Yeah, okay. I hate to say you're right, Crab, but yeah, like, honestly, it's like that's the first place they would expect you, okay? That's why they were caught slipping. You can't be caught slipping to that degree. You have to fucking think outside the box at least a tiny little bit, alright? You can't be caught slipping in the Home Depot parking lot, okay? That's like being a fucking drug dealer being caught with like a pound of weed in front of the fucking, not grocery store, liquor store, right? That's the first place they're gonna look. That's the first place they fucking expect you. Do not do that, okay? I don't know. I just... Go to Lowe's. Okay, they wouldn't look for... I wouldn't think to look at a Lowe's. You know, go to Lowe's. People, who the fuck thinks go to Lowe's for a Mexican? No one thinks that. That's why I would go to the Lowe's, okay? Go to your Ace Hardware store. Don't go to the Home Depot. It's that simple.
Out of the street. Now, we saw a few people, 2 people to be exact. They had a slight interaction with 2 of the officers. They were physically pushed back. Eventually, the crowd dispersed, heeding the warning.
Look, yeah, okay. For the record, I did get rid of the dirty fan. The dirty fan, it's actually clean, all right? One day, just to show the growth of my channel, all right, I will pull the fan back. And you'll be able to see the clean blades, okay? The fan is clean.
To either go home or be arrested. LAPD declaring unlawful assembly outside of the federal building in downtown Los Angeles Friday night. Protesters angry after a series of ICE raids earlier in the day.
I mean, I used to go to home improvement stores, but like, I work at a fucking warehouse now. I don't work in construction anymore. Like, when I used to go to home improvement stores, it's because, like, I needed shit, right? I needed, like, fucking caulk or fucking screws or, you know, any of the weird miscellaneous shit that might come up when you're redoing a bathroom, right? That's when I would go to, like, fucking Ace Hardware store, right? But, not anymore. Not since COVID, really. When I think about it, it's like, I probably went to Lowe's a few times during COVID because I worked for my landlord, but nah, outside of that, probably been since at least 2021. I think 2021 was like the last time I walked in like any hardware store whatsoever. Other than that, I'm buying that shit off fucking Amazon, and by that shit, I mean a drill. The drill is for my fucking PC. It's not even for anything else because I live in a fucking apartment.
In the USA, in our own backyard, and as a Chicana American citizen, it's an outrage and it's a disgrace.
One of the raids witnessed by our NBC crews at the Home Depot in Westlake, where immigration agents detained more than a dozen people. Many of them appeared to be day laborers looking for work in the parking lot. Over in the Fashion District, another raid. This one at Allianz Apparel headquarters. U.S. Attorney Bill Asali explaining the federal agents were there serving a search warrant because they believed some workers had fake documents. That's where NBC4's Lolita Lopez spoke with a woman in the crowd.
Honestly, it was starting to get pretty aggressive, and people were pushing. They were pushing back the.
It is low-key kind of fucking crazy to see these guys pull up with their fucking, with their like weapons that, like, you know, they're probably full with like fucking, with like non-lethal shots, right? Like they're not. I presume they're not fucking shooting people with shotguns, right? I hope they're non-lethal, but it's kind of fucking crazy when you see guys roll up in what looks like military fucking hardware, and you don't know if they're non-lethal shots. Fuck, I wouldn't take the risk, right? It's kind of fucking crazy when you see that. That's all I'm saying. Like, when you see that with your own eyes, it's just like, wow. That's kind of fucking insane for a second. Like, even if it is totally fucking, you need to get these people out of the country, it's just kind of fucking crazy to do that. Like, I feel like you should probably have a little bit more tact, right? It's like, it's the fucking Fashion District in LA. It's not a fucking Hamas headquarters in Gaza. This is not needed, okay? I think you could probably come at it with like a few fucking police officers, maybe like some rednecks, some fucking like Proud Boy rednecks that have signed up to fucking deport motherfuckers. Like, you need some of those guys. You don't need the IDF deployed in the middle of the fucking Fashion District, because that's what these guys look like. And that, yeah, that's gonna have motherfuckers say you're a little fashy, alright? That's gonna have the motherfuckers showing up in droves, especially in fucking lib territory like LA, alright? You can't be doing that. That's gonna scare people. You can't scare people. Imagine what it looks like on the fucking front page of the newspaper, alright? You scared the libs. You can't scare the libs.
Trying to open the gates right now, and I don't know, I guess they threw tear gas to open up the space.
And did it catch you?
Yeah, it caught a lot of us. There was kids, there's dogs, there's elderly people too.
Mayor Karen Bass calling the raids unacceptable. What's your message to Angelenos who see this happening in their city, in a state that we believed SB 54 had created a sanctuary state?
Right, exactly. My message to them is that we are going to fight for all Angelenos, regardless of when they got here, whether they have papers or not. We are a city of immigrants, and this impacts hundreds of thousands of Angelenos.
Oh, God. I hate this so much. Okay. I do actually hate this because, like, they're a city of immigrants and everything, but they're deporting illegals, alright? And the argument that the conservatives are making is it kind of makes it sound like that the fucking rich elite of LA are depending on the illegals in their menial labor, alright? That's kind of what it sounds like. Kind of, sort of, just a little bit.
The protest on Alameda and Temple appeared to die down just before dusk, but suddenly ramped back up again.
Especially with the Newsom.
Look at what's happening.
We're gonna watch the Newsom we're gonna watch what Newsom says in a little bit, alright? We need to see what Newsom says.
We couldn't breathe. We had people out in medical tents.
LAPD armed with tactical gear on several sides of the crowd in an attempt to clear the street.
It's hard to talk about, to see people being just, cast away. It's just very painful. And it's devastating that this is happening, and it just feels very senseless. And
Yo, you were getting to work. You were destined to stay home that day, my friend, alright? You working downtown? Nah. You are destined to sit there and fucking relax, alright? Now I understand why you say you want more military. God damn, I would probably be pissed if that was in my fucking area. If I couldn't make money that day, they fucking cost me my overtime, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be pissed at some fucking protesters, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's our president that's doing this, and it's just...
I'm gonna want more military, I'm not gonna lie.
We've come to this time.
Now, Kathy, if you'll take a look at the intersection of Alameda and Temple, this is a far cry from what we saw just a few hours ago when it was flooded with protesters. Now, LAPD and LASD noted earlier today they have no role in enforcing immigration policies set by the federal government. But when it comes to public safety within their jurisdiction, they have to step in order to protect the people of Los Angeles. So they say that's why they did that tonight.
All right, fascinating. So that was day one. All right, so day one, some people got arrested at a Home Depot, and then they deployed the IDF in the Fashion District in LA, and they arrested some more Mexicans. Okay, so both of those things happened in one day. Then the people decided to fucking stage their way outside of the federal building in fucking LA, right? They staged their way outside the federal building, and the police declared that an unlawful assembly. After the unlawful assembly was declared, that's when people start getting really rowdy, all right? And now we're going to move on to day two, okay? We're going to call this Home Depot Electric Boogaloo, all right? That is what we're calling part two. Part two is Home Depot Electric Boogaloo. Let's fucking do this. Where is the Home Depot? Fuck is the Home Depot clip? There it is. Aha. Yes. Professional streamer, alright? Just remember, I'm an excellent streamer, alright? I have clips. Clips in a Google Doc. Alright, so. This is down the street from a Home Depot, as you can see.
Really?
This is the most LA looking thing I've ever seen, honestly.
Wow.
I love these motherfuckers like, yeah, it's time to get out. Yep, it's time to go, sweetie. It has gotten a little crazy. See, these guys aren't even protesting. They were just looking for a reason to fucking burn out, alright? That's all this was. This had nothing to do with protesting. Guys do this normally, okay? I see this shit in front of every 7-Eleven every fucking day, alright? They just do this. Especially in that kind of fucking car, alright? They were just looking for a reason to peel out. That's all this is.
Yeah.
But we have a street takeover. This little part of LA. But this isn't the special part. Where the fuck is the special part? Well, yeah. I guess this is kind of special. Like, the LAPD decided to block off this road, closing down this road, going into downtown. And as you will see throughout this clip, the LAPD had to, like, close out all of this shit because the protesters had this entire area of downtown taken over in front of the federal building. Or, I don't think this part is... Look, I don't know LA, alright? All I know is this is a lot of fucking protests, and the police ended up blocking this off. And people were pissed.
And set
But
up
this
skirmish
is
line, right.
specifically where they built the Home Depot brick wall.
Later on was the
Here you go.
protesters bringing in these carts from Home Depot. They filled them with cinder blocks and set up those cinder blocks in the street along with the carts.
I'm not cleaning that up. Okay? I'm not cleaning that up because here's the thing. How the fuck are you gonna clean that up? Because you have to pick up each brick. Alright? I don't think there's a fucking vacuum that vacuums up bricks. Alright? I don't think any of the fucking street sweepers do well with bricks. Alright? I think you actually have to pick these up with your hands, which kind of blows. Not gonna lie, kind of fucking sucks, but you know. Maybe that's what they'll do. The guys that were protesting, they'll send them on community service to pick up the bricks, alright? Maybe that's what they'll do.
So the east and westbound lanes of Atlantic are blocked by all that debris. The protesters have really thinned out here next to the Home Depot. And the majority of the activity is happening to the west. You can see a team...
Okay, now that I rewatched this, it is definitely not the same Home Depot that the guys got arrested at. So this is just the Home Depot is where they go to, like, get jobs, to get fucking materials to stage a revolution. It's just Home Depot is the place to go. Alright, that's what we're learning from this situation. Go to fucking Home Depot. That's the place to be. Also, they blocked off the highway. Alright? I hope you don't fucking live over here. Alright, I pray to God you don't live over here, because the police don't care. They don't give a fuck. Protesters don't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Alright? You're just going to the next exit, and you're gonna have fun with that.
A perimeter initially here at the overpass to the 710 freeway, and on the other side as well. Now, when we arrived earlier, the protesters were in the eastbound lanes right about here, right over the freeway, and the
You're
sheriff's
just
department
stuck in the
has
middle of
since
that shit.
pushed the protesters all the way back to Atlantic now and beyond. You can see Atlantic there. We've moved over to the east side to look back towards the west, and you can see how far the protesters have been pressed. So they have kind of split.
Look, I have no fucking idea. 101, fucking 306, 707. I don't know, alright? I've never been to fucking LA. It's one of the few places that I haven't been, alright? But one day, alright? One day we'll go to LA, and we'll partake, alright? We'll partake in some of the festivities that LA has to offer, which apparently is, from what I've seen, it just has to do with setting fires, alright? That's what LA is known for, especially this year. It's just fires, alright? If you're not setting it, the environment's setting it, so... I don't know, it seems lit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. LA seems lit.
Splintered off into different areas. They've gone, some of them have gone north up Atlantic. You can see a lot of heavy traffic out here on Atlantic right now because that intersection remains blocked by some of the protest activities. No word on if anyone was detained in the early morning raids by the ICE agents. And no word on injuries as well. We've seen multiple skirmishes with LA County sheriffs and the crowd throwing bottles of water at the deputies. The deputies.
Okay. I don't personally see a huge issue with these guys. Like, yeah, they're being assholes, they're being obnoxious, they're covering the streets, they're doing all sorts of shit like that, but like, at this point, I'm not really seeing a reason why the National Guard needs to get called in. I'm gonna be totally honest. Like, even looking at the road, like, let's go back to the Home Depot wall, where they completely covered the street in bricks and fucking debris and all sorts of ugly ass fucking shit, right? Even right here, is the National Guard really a necessity at this point? Is that something that we have to consider with our fucking brains? Are we actually sitting here and going, yeah, this is bad enough to warrant the National Guard and Marines, okay? Because actually I'm being disingenuous. Let's follow up with seeing how the night ended, shall we? Okay. I call this a firework duel, all right? They were doing some Harry Potter shit. It's kind of spectacular. I'm not even going to fucking lie. I think this looks cool in a way. And it kind of scary. We're almost about to have a civil war kind of way. You know, it looks cool. But like, yeah, let me just, yeah, here we go.
This morning here in the Paramount area, we're looking at.
This is a little bit the same day as Home Depot wall, different area. All right, it's a different mission in the Call of Duty campaign that's going on right here.
The boundary of Compton and Paramount here. This is Alondra Boulevard.
Yeah, this is Compton. All right.
Just east of Atlantic Boulevard.
I like the fire. The fire, dude. This looks beautiful, okay? This just has a cinematic flair to it that can only be started by people that live in LA. All right? They have their way around cinema. That's what I have to say.
From protesters there throwing fireworks and other objects at the sheriff's department officials here. Okay. And the sheriff's returning pepper ball rounds and flashbang grenades back at the crowd, trying to disperse the crowd, but they've taken a position here behind some
just fucking shooting fireworks,
items.
Bro.
And you see the
fuck them, get them out of here, shoot them. No, don't shoot them, okay? But like, yeah, they're fucking blasting fireworks and shit at the police.
Launching fireworks.
A standoff, a fireworks standoff.
Deputies returning flashbang grenades.
Kind of wild to look at this. Either way, this was the 7th, okay? And then, Donald Trump does a speech on the 9th, and you might ask what happened on the 8th. I don't know. I was trying to find clips for the 8th, but YouTube just frankly said no. That's when, like, the National Guard arrived, and that's when, like, the Marines and shit arrived. So I thought there would have to be some crazy-ass shit that happened on the 8th. And, my guess there was like awful shit. People probably died on the 8th, and YouTube is suppressing it, all right? Either way, when I was looking for clips before I went live on the stream, I couldn't find it, all right? So, we're going to pull up Trump's speech on the 9th, all right? So, let's do that. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pull up Trump's speech on the 9th. However, I fucking forgot to put that in the Google Doc. So, give me 2 magnificent fucking seconds, okay? 3 magnificent seconds, actually. That's all we need, and we'll be good. And then we'll watch Gavin's speech, okay? Little boy, our little dearie Gavin, all right? Because Gavin also had something to say for the matter. Jesus fucking Christ. All right. Sadly, we're going to have to watch Asmongold watch the Donald Trump speech, but I'm just going to skip the Donald Trump speech and you're not getting the Asmongold part, alright? But I don't want to waste time on the stream trying to find Donald Trump giving this fucking speech. Sadly, Asmongold came up, but the speech didn't. So we're going to do Asmongold. I'm not going to waste time trying to find the speech.
Right around the time that we were walking in here,
either way, this is Trump. We're going to skip Asmongold, all right? Asmon, he's just he's a still image sitting there. Anytime he goes to speak, we're skipping it, all right? We're watching Trump. We're not watching Asmon.
They're saying there's no invasion, there's no rebellion. The president is trying to manufacture chaos and crisis on the ground for his own political ends. Federalizing the California National Guard is an abuse of the president's authority under law.
Well, you know, it's interesting. You watched the same clips as I did. Cars burning all over the place, people rioting. And by the way, we stopped it. We were able to make it much better, but it still looked pretty bad. And in watching clips last night, people were saying this is really a big problem. And until we went in, if we didn't do the job, that place would be burning down just like the houses burned down. They were in big trouble last night, Peter. You know it. And the night before, and the night before that. And I feel we had no choice. I don't want to see happen what happened so many times in this country. I watched Minneapolis burn. I watched. Look at what happened in so many different parts of California.
What is he truing about? We're not watching Asmund. We're not questioning
You
it.
take
Okay.
a look at what
Ignore
happened in San
Asmund.
Diego. There's so many different
I don't know what he's
places
truing about.
where
Wait a
we
minute.
let
Wait a minute. Oh my god. Did we get the hookup? What is this? Da da da.
All right, we want to bring in our investigation.
Da da da. Did we get the hookup? We got the fucking hookup, ladies and gentlemen. Thank God we got the hookup. All right, so this is what happened on the 8th. All right, we'll go back to Trump. Trump was on the 9th. This is on the 8th. Fucking thank God. All right. Shout out to Avoid Hornet. All right. Shout out to the Avoiding the Hornet. All right. He gave us the hookup on this time. On this occasion, he really helped us out, and for that we thank Hornet. All right. Thank Hornet. All right. Everybody in chat, make sure you thank Hornet because he saved the day, and now we get to see what the fuck happened on the 8th. And it's wild. It is fucking wild.
Now we want to.
This is a highway, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fucking highway. This is what happens in LA, all right? This is an average fucking day in LA, all right? I love it. It's fucking spectacular.
Eric, what are you hearing from law enforcement about this situation here? It's really unfolded very quickly, especially there on the freeway.
Yeah, sure, Jonathan, it has, and it's a particularly difficult one for local law enforcement because, as we've reported and we've heard for years and years, they have tried in every way possible through policies and public declarations to separate their business from that of federal immigration enforcement, and it's an event like this that makes those two worlds...
I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's kind of fucking impressive when you see them all standing like that, right? Maybe it's the... Dude. There's something wrong with me because when I see this, I just think this would be an amazing GTA mod. I would have so much fun. I think there's something legitimately wrong with me that's like one of the first thoughts that I think of. That, damn, imagine the crowd simulation in GTA 5, dude. This is what it's made for. Just fucking... I'm fucked up, okay? I'm fucked up.
Indistinguishable to many people in the public, which is an image that I know from speaking with people at City Hall and in the management of the police department, they are eager to not have. And yet here we are. Situations like this where you've got a mass of people that are protesting, that are beginning to cause an impact on the rest of the city, whether that's blocking traffic or doing other things that would endanger public property or other people who are not involved in all of this, really necessitates the use of local...
Do you know what's fucked up? This isn't even the first time they've done this year. Please tell me you guys remember when they did this in February. Wait a minute. What is... Holy shit, we're getting more. Is this more from the 8th? Yes, it is. But no. My point is, like... This isn't even the first time this has happened this year. God damn it, where'd it go? Wrong.
Here it's starting.
Holy shit. This is why you don't this is why you shouldn't have too many links, okay? You know what? Yeah. You know what? I'll consider that next time, Hornet. I'll ask for your timeline next time. All right. Either way, we're getting the hookup from Hornet. We got 2 more videos. All right. Well, we got this one and we got another video. Holy shit.
Right now, we want to get back up to Roland Spool and News Chopper 4 overhead.
The Waymos! No! The dead Waymos! No, dude! These poor fucking Waymos!
What, maybe 4 now? 4 Waymo vehicles? Roland?
Yes, the
3.
Waymos!
I'm counting at least 4.
At least 4 Waymos!
We're trying to reposition here. My pilot is trying to get us past this building a little bit.
Oh no!
We've seen several explosions.
They're dead. They're gone, dude. They
so
burned them.
Unfortunately, nobody was.
That shit stinks. All right, you know that shit smells so bad. It fucking smells like ass when those lithium batteries start burning. God damn, and they burned 4 of the Waymos. Poor poor car, dude.
anywhere
Jesus.
too close
Fuck them though.
to sustain
Fuck the
any
Waymos.
injuries or anything like that. But look at these things. They're just
this is really, this is GTA, dude.
right now,
they're just, they're having a good old fucking merry ass time out here. I like these guys.
Very dark colored putrid
Oh, no.
smoke. And again, no indication of LA City Fire Department or law enforcement on
You know, can you guys have American flags when you're setting fire to Waymos? Okay, if you want this motherfucker to stop saying, you know, there's a fucking invasion, right? Maybe you shouldn't do things that look kind of like terrorist attacks while waving an opposing flag, right? And I'm not saying opposing in like an enemy way. I'm just saying like that's literally the country that he's saying is invading our southern border and you're fucking waving the flag, all right? Maybe they would be more persuasive to your fucking messaging. There was just like one American flag. Just like fucking one, okay? Like I understand why they're waving the Mexican one, but goddamn, it's like take it away from the burning Waymo, alright? Just, you can have the Mexican flag just down the road where it's actually genuinely peaceful, not next to the burning fucking Waymos where you know Donald Trump is going to take video of that shit. Okay, it's that simple.
Los Angeles Street here, just north of Arcadia, as we try and reposition here and give you a better shot of these vehicles, which pretty much they've been burning now. I got to assume we lifted up from Pacoima probably about, what do you think, George? Probably about 25 minutes ago or so, and these things were already pretty well involved then. So you can see they're pretty well consumed.
God damn, they're gone. They are fucking gone, dude. That's how hot those motherfuckers get. Once that battery starts catching, they get hot. Alright? Emphasis on the H, alright? Hot. That is not even that's not even... What the fuck is that? That's just a pile of shit. That's just a pile of molten metal past that point. That's fucking scary.
Now,
it's not even metal, it's
burnt
plastic.
Down to the roadway,
it's like fucking microfiber plastic weird
right
shit,
there.
kind of
And,
like
again,
I don't know, like they don't make cars out of like metal and shit. Like that's just weird soupy nonsense at that point.
just putting up a lot of smoke in this area.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of smoke.
More
but you were
glass
also
than metal,
talking
if
about how
anything.
dangerous it is, you and Jonathan, and you were saying it could even explode and send shrapnel nearby. So I'm just wondering, are there people right there? Can you even tell? There's so much smoke.
Yeah, there are people that unfortunately have absolutely no idea what they're looking at. I mean, it's they're completely.
There's people, they have no fucking idea what they're looking at. You know what? Fair. I accept that.
Oblivious.
I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at, alright? We also got another link of a video.
Batteries and so forth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is more lit. This is more litty shitty.
After
Alright.
hours of standing off this situation.
Oh my god! This is such a good video! Oh my god! I love this video! Oh, this poor woman! I love this video though. Oh, the joy that I feel watching this video is honestly immense. I don't know why. I'm just gonna let you experience it. Thank you, Hornet, okay? This video gives me immense joy at the end of the day.
After hours of standing off this situation has now rapidly deteriorated. The LAPD moving in on horseback, firing rubber bullets at protesters, moving them on through the heart of LA.
Just wait for it. Oh no. See, alright, you might think I'm laughing to laugh, but like I'm laughing because like this is awful. Alright, this is terrible. I don't want this to happen. I want shit to be nice. I want to have money. I want to be working overtime. Alright, I don't want to be bitching. I don't want to care about politics, okay? I don't like any of this shit. But since I have to, we will laugh. Alright, we will fucking laugh at this because this is funny, alright? Because watch her. She's just talking, doing nothing. Alright? And he took aim and fired, alright? He looked, pop! Oh no. How long was he looking? Yeah, he was watching her.
Firing rubber bullets at
Yeah, he's looking at her, right? He
moving on
knows.
through the heart of LA.
He fucking knows, okay? He's just like, okay, pop. He doesn't even care, dude. Doesn't even give a fuck. And this was on the 9th, alright? This was on Trump Day. Alright, the wonderful 9th. This was after 4 Waymos were destroyed. We had unlawful assemblies declared 3 different fucking times at this point. No joke, okay? No fucking joke. There's been 3 different unlawful assemblies. I'm not sure what the fuck declaring an unlawful assembly does at this point, because each time to declare it, it just gets worse, okay? I think an unlawful assembly is the time to really get fucking rowdy, you know? It's telling the people it's time to fucking start. It's time to get this party started is when you fucking declare an unlawful assembly. I think they should tell people, you should come outside and protest, okay? That's what they should actually be doing. They should say, you should come and fucking raise hell and, like, try to burn down the courthouse. And I think if they said that, people would go home for the day. They would say, actually, fuck you. We're not going to do what the police tells us. That's fucked up. We're not going to listen to no man. Either way, we're going back to the Trump speech, all right? We're going back to this, okay? Because this is what Trump decided to say about all of these evil fucking protesters destroying Waymos, destroying perfect, innocent fucking electric robotic vehicles, all right? This is what Trump has to say.
We want to be politically correct. We wanted to be nice.
Big mistake.
We want to be...
Hold up, what? What?
I watched, look at what happened in so many different
he was talking
parts
about
of
BLM.
California.
Yeah, being
you
politically
take a look
correct.
At what happened
I don't want to talk about BLM anymore.
In San Diego, there's so many different
I fucking
places
hate this. I hate this place.
We let it burn. We want to be politically correct. We wanted to be nice.
Big mistake.
We want to be nice to the criminal.
Huge mistake.
And what you do?
Hang on. Let's just get it. Let's get it straight. Did you, Donald Trump? Did you let the cities do what they wanted because you wanted to be fucking politically correct? Is that the thing that you did? Or did you want Democrat cities to be burned, torched, and fucking pissed on so you would have a better chance of winning in the 2020 election? Because one of these things are definitely true, all right? He could have been politically correct, or he could have let BLM protests go out of fucking insane control just so the Democrats looked bad for the 2020 election, okay? And I'm pretty sure I remember one of these happening for an absolute fact. But, you know, we might not know.
Doing is destroying the fabric of our life in this country. No, we did the right thing. We've been given credit for by people that I would least suspect. Why I would say that some of the people that came in and said, "Thank goodness," they said, some of them, "Thank God that Trump got involved." Thank God. And I'm very happy I got involved. And I think Gavin, in his own way, is probably happy I got involved. Yeah, go ahead, Peter.
What do you make of the fact that he says you want a civil war on the streets of America?
No, it's just the opposite. I don't want a civil war. No. Civil war would happen if you left it. If you left it to people like him.
Wait, what?
And I like.
No, you know, does he want a civil war? We're returning to the video, all right? I'm not sure how I can answer that past this point. Yes, he doesn't want one. He just wants total obedience, all right? Just he doesn't want to fight anyone. He just wants everybody to agree with him by default, and possibly even run for a 3rd and 4th term. So, like, from that perspective, like, no, he doesn't want a civil war. He just wants a lot of things that might cause one.
I liked him. You know, I always got along with him. Never had a problem with him.
Wow.
But he's grossly incompetent. Okay.
From negotiators in London. Have you gotten an update from your team in London negotiating?
Louder.
Have you gotten an update from your team in London negotiating the China trade talks?
We'll see if there's any more.
By this point, yes. We're skipping this. Irrelevant question. All right, we're from the future, so we got the future patch updates. We know what the next patch is going to be for China trade deal, so we don't need to watch this.
When it comes to China, did you give your negotiators any sort of...
We don't care. All right, we already know. All right, they did China things.
And we took in hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yeah, and we took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China. True. Best. I just realized I have skipped this video fucking 5 minutes, and Asmund actually hasn't talked. I said at the start of this, when I turned on the Asmund video, it's like, we're not watching an Asmund video, we're watching Trump. It's been 5 minutes, and yeah. And I haven't even been skipping, I'm skipping Trump talk about China. Asmund is literally just fucking sitting here. He's not even saying anything, he's just like, he's fucking soy jacking the entire time while like making little tiny comments. If this is what it takes to be the most popular political streamer, I think I need to shut the fuck up. But, you know, I need to find the clip first.
See, I didn't see a lot of physicality there.
And there was this New York Times.
What?
I got so many locations, I don't know what to do with them all.
About the Tesla, did you ever see Elon Musk get physical with the Treasury Secretary?
No, I didn't.
And I tried to
They
ask...
did have an argument, but I didn't see it.
Was it
I didn't
physical?
see a lot of physicality there.
And there was this New York Times report that he did not want to talk about, Elon Musk, that alleged that he, towards the end of his time in the White House...
Okay, either way, he says some more shit about Gavin, right? Donald Trump did some shit stirring about Gavin, but frankly, I'm not going to stir through the clip to find all the Gavin bullshit, right? So we're just going to go to see what Gavin said about the matter. Gavin Newsom LA speech. Yeah, we're gonna find, there it is. Now, we're also gonna hope we don't get fucking copy striked by CNN, alright? If we get copy striked by CNN, I'm gonna be pissed. But until then, we're watching Gavin Newsom on CNN, alright? These are two things that I don't particularly like watching, so having them both in one little fucking section is off-putting in a way that I can't describe.
I want to go in and listen to Governor Gavin Newsom.
What's happening right now is very different than anything we've seen before. On Saturday morning, when federal agents jumped out of an unmarked van near a Home Depot parking lot, they began grabbing people. A deliberate target.
By the way, this speech was from yesterday.
A similar scene
or the
played out when a
10th.
clothing...
So this would have been a day after Donald Trump does his shit stirring on the 9th, and then on the 9th it was more of the same shit, more Waymos being set on fire, you know, just little things like that. 700 Marines, I believe. Here, let me refer back to the trusted source for every Reddit moderator, which is Wikipedia. Let's refer back to Wikipedia. Yeah, 700 Marines, all right? 700 Marines were deployed to California on the 9th, right? The 9th? That's correct. Yeah, it was on the 9th. 700 Marines were deployed. So on the 10th, after Donald Trump does some shit stirring, Gavin Newsom decides to pop on the mic and say this on the 10th. So let's listen to good old Gavin boy.
Company was raided downtown. In other actions, a U.S. citizen, 9 months pregnant, was arrested. A 4-year-old girl taken. Families separated. Friends, quite literally, disappearing. In response, everyday Angelenos...
Okay, all right. Real ones will understand what I'm about to say, okay? Real ones will understand this, all right? I need you to picture when you're watching this. This is not a Gavin Newsom speech. This is, you're about to start a level in Command & Conquer Generals. All right, that's what you need to picture in your mind. You are about to play fucking Command & Conquer like Red Alert 2, right? And that's what's happening. Don't picture a speech, picture Command & Conquer, and you're about to start a level. And honestly, something weird happens in my brain when I think about that.
Came out to exercise their constitutional right to free speech and assembly, to protest their government's actions. In turn, the state of California and the city and county of Los Angeles sent our police officers to help keep the peace. And with some exceptions, they were successful. Like many states, California is no stranger to this sort of unrest. We manage it regularly and with our own law enforcement. But this, again, was different. What then ensued was the use of tear gas, flashbang grenades, rubber bullets, federal agents detaining people and undermining their due process rights. Donald Trump, without consulting California law enforcement leaders, commandeered 2,000 of our state's National Guard members to deploy on our streets, illegally and for no reason. This brazen abuse of power by a sitting president inflamed a combustible situation, putting our people, our officers, and even our National Guard at risk. That's when the downward spiral.
I don't know. I feel like it's a Command and Conquer cinematic. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too autistic for this. I'm too autistic to actually fucking take this seriously for 2 fucking seconds, but it could also be the fact that I don't like Gavin Newsom and I don't take him as a serious person. This is more fucking pretend than the goddamn celebrities that he's friends with, so maybe that's the issue too. I see him as a fucking actor, and that's why I think this is a Command and Conquer skit.
Spiral began. He doubled down on his dangerous National Guard deployment by fanning the flames even harder. And the president, he did it.
Okay. To be fair, when Donald Trump doubled down and sent more National Guard, it was after people were setting fire to Waymo's, alright? So the first time when he sent the National Guard because people were blocking off the road with Home Depot bricks, yeah, maybe maybe National Guard shouldn't be sent for that. But when people are setting fire to Waymo's, it's a little bit more understanding past that point. Like, yeah, if you got a fucking National Guard presence from Home Depot bricks, what the fuck do you think is going to happen when you start setting fire to Waymo's, right? It doesn't make it right to send the fucking National Guard. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, yeah, no shit, you got more National Guard. People were setting fire to fucking Waymo's, right? And, like, you didn't do anything to stop people setting fire to fucking Waymo's. So, of course, Donald Trump is going to take political advantage of that. It's that simple. He literally did this. This isn't the first time Donald Trump has done this, okay? He has shown he loves to try to take political advantage from situations like this. So, like, yeah, this is nothing.
On purpose. As the news spread throughout LA, anxiety for family and friends ramped up. Protests started again. By night, several dozen lawbreakers became violent and destructive. They vandalized property. They tried to assault police officers. Many of you have seen the video clips of cars burning on cable news. If you incite violence, I want to be clear about this. If you incite violence or destroy our communities, you're going to be held to account. That kind of criminal behavior will not be tolerated. Full stop. Already more than 220 people have been arrested, and we're reviewing tapes to build additional cases, and people will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
That I believe. I actually fully believe this. I do believe Gavin is going to find the Waymo, the Waymo arsons, okay? If you set fire to a fucking robot delivery vehicle within the last 48 hours, Gavin, he is coming for you, and I would be scared, okay? Keep that in mind.
Again, thanks to our law enforcement officers and the majority of Angelenos who protested peacefully, the situation was winding down and was concentrated in just a few square blocks downtown. But that's not what Donald Trump wanted. He again chose escalation. He chose more force. He chose theatrics over public safety. He federalized another 2,000 Guard members. He deployed more than 700 active U.S. Marines. These are the men and women trained for foreign combat, not domestic law enforcement. We honor their service. We honor their bravery. But we do not want our streets militarized by our own armed forces. Not in LA.
Why not? Why wouldn't you want military in the streets? That's base. That's cool, guys. Stop being a pussy. I love the military. Especially in my streets. That's exactly where I want the fucking military, okay?
Not in California. Not anywhere.
Look.
We're seeing...
Gavin is, Gavin, yeah, I could see him being a poof. He's kind of poofy. Yeah, I can see that.
Unmarked cars in school parking lots, kids afraid of attending their own graduation. Trump is pulling a military dragnet all across Los Angeles, well beyond his stated intent to just go after violent and serious criminals.
To be fair, Gavin is just as rainbow flag as any other Californian male is just as rainbow flag. It comes with the territory, frankly. You just have that kind of pizzazz about you. I've noticed that about guys from California. You're just kind of fucking gay. It's just a part of the territory. It's something they're putting in the water, okay? They need to send Alex Jones down there to make sure they're not turning the fucking kids trans with the fucking bottled water, alright? We really need to not trust these liberals in their fucking aquifers, alright? They're putting shit into the water. That's all I'm saying.
His agents are arresting dishwashers, gardeners, day laborers, and seamstresses. That's just weakness masquerading as strength. Donald Trump's government isn't protecting our communities. They're traumatizing our communities. And that seems to be the entire point. California will keep fighting. We'll keep fighting on behalf of our people, all of.
Were you traumatized from the Home Depot raid? Probably not. Were you probably traumatized when they sent what looked to be a fucking military team into the fashion district of LA to get some fucking Hispanics? Yeah, that was probably bad. Alright, that was probably optically a little bit fucking weird. Okay? But outside of the fashion district incident, I don't know. This has been kind of fucking crazy. But it's wrong for any people to be fucking deported. I don't like this shit. It fucking upsets me. But at the end of the day, the only thing that makes me really go, wow, that's fucked, was the Waymo burnings. Alright? That was it. Other than that, it's like, this is a bit crazy. Or, look, I'm tired. I'm fucking up my words, okay? I've been up. Keep in mind, guys, look. This is my first stream, okay? This is the first stream of the weekend. And I worked today, so I'm starting to feel tired. So, frankly, the last hour of this stream, I'm going to be fucking piling through this because I cannot end my first stream early, alright? That is not what the fuck we are doing. We are piling through this. But, I am starting to feel a little bit loopy, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm feeling that fucking, that twinge in your eye when you want to close your eye and fucking pass the fuck out. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. But we're gonna continue. We're gonna go on. I also got a YouTube video linked to me by chat. What the fuck is this? We love our cops. Oh no. Oh god. What the fuck? Yeah, we're not, we'll end the stream with we will love our cops, alright? We'll see what that is at the end of the stream. That's what we'll do. Either way, we're finishing the Gavin speech. We gotta go back to Gavin.
Including in the courts. Just yesterday, we filed a legal challenge to Donald Trump's reckless deployment of American troops to a major American city. Today, we sought an emergency court order to stop the use of the American military to engage in law enforcement activities across Los Angeles. If some of us could be snatched off the street.
I am curious of the... Tomorrow when I do the next stream, I want to have information regarding the legal framework of how the fuck can the police actually... Not police, how the fuck can the military engage in police activity like Gavin is saying? Like, is that actually happening? Do they have, like, legal authority? Is he just referring to, like, ICE? Like, what does he mean by that? I am curious. Like, can the police just grab you? Because, like, I see the FBI and I see, like the normal LAPD, like, I see them arresting people, but is, like, ICE also grabbing motherfuckers and, like, arresting normal motherfuckers, too? Is it, like, the fucking National Guard is, like, ripping motherfuckers up and place them in handcuffs? Because, like, if they're doing that, I want to know what the legal ground is for them to do that. And is it like, they can just do that? Is that a thing that can happen? Because if that's a thing that can happen, that's kind of fucking scary, I'm not gonna lie. But, like, that's something we'll have to worry about later, not today.
Streets without a warrant, based only on suspicion or skin color, then none of us are safe. Authoritarian regimes begin by targeting people who are least able to defend themselves, but they do not stop there. Trump and his loyalists, they thrive on division because it allows them to take more power and exert even more control. And by the way, Trump, he's not opposed to lawlessness and violence as long as it serves him.
I hate this guy so much. He seems so fucking fake, okay? Gavin, ugh. He seems faker than his wife's tits. That's the problem.
What more evidence do we need than January 6th? Ask everyone. Take time, reflect on this perilous moment. A president who wants to be bound by no law or constitution, perpetuating a unified assault on American traditions. This is a president who in just over 140 days has fired government watchdogs that could hold him accountable for corruption and fraud. He's declared a war on culture, on history, on science, on knowledge itself.
Okay, so, like, yeah, like, I guess the military can detain you. I guess you have a point there. Like, yeah, the military, yeah, they can, but, like, after they detain you, I take it they would have to hand you over to, like, whatever county police is supposed to handle you past that point, right? Or is it, like, are they taking you to the fucking military brig, like, that could be interesting. Are they taking you to the fucking ICE facility if you're arrested by ICE? I know that... Oh, excuse me. I know that can happen. Like, if you're an American citizen, they will take your ass to the fucking ICE detention center if you're arrested by ICE for any particular reason. But, like, if they detain you, do they just take you to, like, the fucking federal ICE building? Or do they turn you over to, like, your local police department? Because, like... I think I would rather be with, like, LAPD versus fucking ICE, right? Just a thought. Like, I think I'd rather be with those guys.
Databases, quite literally, are vanishing. He's delegitimizing news organizations, and he's assaulting the First Amendment. And the threat of defunding them, at threat, he's dictating what universities themselves can teach. He's targeting law firms and the judicial branch that are the foundations of an orderly and civil society. He's calling for a sitting governor to be arrested for no other reason than to, in his own words, for getting elected. And we...
You know what? I would arrest Gavin for the same reason, too. It was rigged, alright? That's what I have to say. If Gavin won the fucking, the governorship in California, that was rigged, alright? And we should arrest Gavin. That simple. Yeah, it was rigged. It was a fucking... rigged election, stop the steal, send Gavin back, alright? It's that simple. We're going to reopen fucking Alcatraz, and we're sending Gavin there, because we know it was fucking voter fraud, alright? That is the only way Gavin would be governor, because he is so fucking unlikable. That is my theory, alright? We have to send Gavin to Alcatraz for voter fraud. That simple.
We all know this Saturday.
Gavin
He's
Gate.
ordering our American heroes, the United States military, and forcing them to put on a vulgar display to celebrate his birthday, just as other failed dictators have done in the past. Look, this isn't just about protests here in Los Angeles.
The flag, look, Gavin, that's a dirty, disgusting lie, okay? Donald Trump is not forcing the military to celebrate his birthday. And for all of you liberals, alright, who are trying to slander our good president for wanting to celebrate Flag Day that just so happens to be on his birthday, it's fucked up, okay? You can't shame our good, patriotic president for wanting to celebrate Flag Day, a day that just happens to fall on his birthday, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. He just wants to be patriotic and celebrate Flag Day, a day that happens to fall on his birthday. Nothing more than that, alright? I think the military should be forced to celebrate Flag Day, every year, alright? And it's that simple. There is no ulterior motive outside of wanting to celebrate Flag Day. And frankly, I don't like fucking liberals like Gavin Newsom saying that our good president wants to do anything besides celebrate Flag Day.
When Donald Trump sought blanket authority to commandeer the National Guard, he made that order apply to every state in this nation. This is about all of us. This is about you. California may be first, but it clearly will not end here. Other states are next. Democracy is next. Democracy is under assault before our eyes. This moment we have feared has arrived.
What the fuck are you doing about it? What are you doing, Gavin? You're not doing anything to protect you literally said, come arrest me. Alright, you're not doing anything. If democracy is dying, you're one of the fucking causes.
He's taking a wrecking ball to our founding fathers' historic project.
Fuck you, Gavin.
Co-equal branches of independent government. There are no longer any checks and balances. Congress is nowhere to be found. Speaker Johnson has completely abdicated that responsibility. The rule of law has increasingly been given way to the rule of Don. The founding fathers, they didn't live in
the Don, dude. Why do you have to make that sound so fucking badass, alright? We gave the powers to the Don. Yeah, of course, that's the Don, dude. Of course you have to give all the powers to the Don. It's the fucking Don, alright? Have you ever watched The Godfather? I don't think he has, because he's a Californian, alright? Gavin's never watched The Godfather. He doesn't know what the fuck that is. He knows Epstein, but not The Godfather.
See this kind of moment? It's time for all of us to stand up. Justice Brandeis, he said it best. In a democracy, the most important office, with all due respect, Mr. President, is not the presidency, and it's certainly not governor. The most important office is office of citizen. At this moment, we all need to stand up and be held to account, a higher level of accountability. If you exercise your First Amendment rights, please, please do it peacefully. I know many of you are feeling deep anxiety, stress, and fear, but I want you to know that you are the antidote to that fear. And
you know it's also the antidote to my fear and anxiety? My fucking crippling fear and anxiety, Gavin. Setting fire to a Waymo. It is much quicker and easier levels of anxiety relief for me to access than what you're talking about. Like, yeah, sure, I could be the change I want to see in the world and all of that hootsy-tootsy bullshit. Yeah, sure. Or I could set fire to a Waymo. And frankly, setting fire to a Waymo is a lot easier, and I don't have to go to a rage room, okay? I just I set fire to a Waymo, and I move on with my life. And I piss off the freeway intersection, alright? Because I can do that now, because the entire road is blocked off, and the police aren't getting to me. So, like, I might as well just, like, fucking piss onto the freeway from, like, the fucking, the freeway bridge thing, you know? Might as well just do that. It's good.
That anxiety. What Donald Trump wants most is your fealty.
I hope you guys understood what I'm saying. Hang on. I need to pull it up. Where it is. I need to show you where I would piss from. Alright. This thing. You see it? God. Wrong video. Where the fuck did it? I have to go back to the video I was sent. Going back. Alright. I need you to understand what the fuck I'm saying.
All right, we want to bring in our investigator
okay.
From law enforcement about this.
It's like one of the few times you'd get the chance to like walk right here, just whip your dick out and piss onto the freeway. So like I would take my opportunity, honestly. Because like how many other times are you going to get to like take your dick out and piss on the freeway and set fire to a Waymo? And that is going to get rid of your stress before anything else that you're talking about, alright? You could be the change you want to see, or you could piss onto the freeway and set fire to a Waymo, and I know which one I personally want to do.
To be complicit in this moment. Do not give in to him.
That was a blistering speech there from the California governor, Gavin Newsom, responding after days of back and forth between his state and Los Angeles specifically, and the White House and President Trump, including comments that the president has made saying that if he was his border czar, he would have Governor Newsom arrested, something that the governor there invoked as he was essentially referencing not only what we've been seeing play out in Los Angeles, which he was plenty critical of, including Trump bypassing the governor there to deploy the National Guard, also sending hundreds of Marines to Los Angeles. He also invoked the fact that he had implied having him arrested, the president's upcoming military parade that he's having here in Washington, his fight with Harvard, and he warned other states in that speech that, quote, other states are.
All right, that was the Gavin speech. I don't know. I don't like Gavin. I thought the speech sucked. All right. So we are now pretty much caught up until today. All right, that was yesterday. That was Gavin giving a nice fucking dandy little speech. And this is just a live stream that I turned on a little bit ago. That's just showing current protests. So, got multiple cities as we can see. There ain't shit. Wait, whoa. Seattle, wait a minute, hang on. What's going on, Seattle? You guys have something on fire up in Seattle right now. The fuck is going on in Seattle? Hold up. Is Seattle going lit? Are we gonna have to change the fucking title of the stream? Is it fucking Seattle going lit? Wait a minute. Guys?
Copy that.
Is Seattle going lit? Alright, I didn't know about this, okay? I thought that video that I clicked on was just showing different cameras from LA, and then I realized it had different names for different cities, alright? So, this is boring. I'm not fucking seeing anything, alright? Oh wait, this is Los Angeles. Yep, this is definitely Seattle. I can tell because you're constantly at a 45-degree angle when you're in Seattle, by the way. For those of you that have never been, you are permanently stuck at a 45-degree angle no matter where you're at in Seattle. Alright. This is also noisy as fuck. However, it does look like the streets of Seattle have been shut down by these fucking protesters, alright? These motherfuckers. Alright, but it's not hard to shut down the streets of Seattle because it's like each road in downtown is realistically 5 lanes, alright? And what I mean by five lanes, I mean 2 lanes each way, and then 1 fucking lane in the middle, alright? So it's really not hard to shut down downtown Seattle. Especially where they're at right now. This looks like, I know where the fuck this is. I've been over here quite a few times, okay? This is by the train station. Like, yeah, oh yeah, I know where this is at. This is right by one of the fucking train stations, right? Which, you know, saying it's right by one of the train stations downtown Seattle is a fucking oxymoron thing. You're always kind of by a train station in downtown Seattle, but no, I know where this is at. This area, I would literally, I think this is I don't know, I could show you on a map where this is at, okay? I know where this road is at in train stations. This is right by the train station I would have to get on. Either way, it's not hard to shut down these roads. These roads are really not fucking big. They're only like a few lanes each way. And this is only like a few blocks away from Market Street, so, or Marketplace. I think it's Marketplace, not Market Street. Either way, it's a few blocks away from that. And, yeah, you definitely have the protesters out tonight. Wonder if we can get another vantage point from Seattle. No, we're not seeing anything from Seattle, really. We got Texas right here, it looks like. Nope, that's more Los Angeles. They keep on having, like, Texas governor like utilize this fucking National Guard and shit like that, but no, they don't actually have footage from these other states. Like, it's kind of fucking crazy that we live in a day and age where if you want to see like the fucking Seattle protests, it's click on random live stream guy. God, I wish I lived in Seattle right now, dude. I would be down there. I'm not even fucking joking. If I lived in Seattle right now, I would so fucking go down there. All right, I just like walking around the city, dude. It's fucking, god damn it. But no, I fucking love walking around in this area, okay? You don't understand. So like, over here, it gets weird at night, okay? It gets fucking creepy at night. There would be times where I would be walking. We'll reminisce on Seattle later. Either way, there's a street over here where it's one of the banks. I want to say it's like Wells Fargo or Chase Bank. One of them. Either way, it's a big ass fucking bank in downtown Seattle. At nighttime, homeless people will like take over the entire fucking street. And there was a night I was walking through there. I saw people shooting up. I smelt people. I could smell every fucking drug you could smell being cooked. And to make matters even worse, I saw a guy literally take off his pants and take a shit right there. Just pulled down his pants, took a massive fucking shit right there in front of the bank. And the reason why I bring that up, even with all of that happening, I still loved walking around Seattle. Okay, I would still walk around right now. If I lived in downtown Seattle right the fuck now, I would take out my camera, I would walk downstairs, and that would be the stream for the night. Okay, we would do a little fucking on the ground journalism, all right? Because that's how much I love the city. Not even the fact of seeing a fucking homeless guy pop a fucking squat in front of a top 10 bank, right? Not even seeing that can change my mind of how fucking beautiful the city is, all right? Not even walking up a 45 fucking degree angle 24/7 breaking my fucking ankles. Breaking my ankles will make me change my mind about just how excellent this city really is. Like, I love this fucking city. I'm not even gonna lie. I wish I didn't. Okay, it's expensive as fuck. I wish there was another fucking place that I liked more than this place, but no. Oh, it's such an amazing city. I'm not even gonna fucking lie. Even like the train stations, even the train stations were fucking nice. Like, the trains weren't always nice. Sometimes you'd have a weird guy get on there, and I wish they were a little bit fucking cheaper. Like, they're pretty fucking costly, I'm not gonna lie. However, it's such a nice city, dude. And the protesters are gonna fucking set fire to it and piss off the Waymos, alright? But,
Like and subscribe right now.
No. Well, actually, yeah, see, I unmuted it right at the right time. Like and subscribe right now. Alright, like and subscribe right now. It is a fucking, an ultimate way to become a good person, really. Good people like and subscribe. As long as you like and subscribe, you are a good person at the end of the fucking day. But, let's see if I can find anything else, really. Because this is seeming kind of fucking boring. I'm not... Ooh, I hit the microphone. That probably didn't sound good, ladies and gentlemen. But no, like, it's getting kind of fucking boring, alright? Let's see if we can find any other clips. Well, there's this clip, alright? Everybody's seen this clip.
Tonight after sweeping immigration raids sparked protests and clashes tonight, a U.S. official now confirming to ABC News.
I actually had this clip in the Google Doc, so I meant to show this anyway.
California's National Guard, which was deployed by the president, not that state's governor. Late this afternoon, a peaceful protest after the arrest of a union leader, but the city is bracing for nightfall. It was a far different scene over the weekend. Protesters setting off fireworks right there, police officers right nearby. A line of self-driving vehicles set on fire. Crowds shutting down the 101 freeway downtown. LAPD officers trying to move them off. The moment a U.S.-based correspondent from Australia reporting on the protests. You can see there, she's hit by an officer's rubber bullet. President Trump going over the governor's head.
I don't know, the 9th, in my opinion, seems like the most lit day so far. Like, Flag Day is probably going to be pretty fucking lit, but so far, the 9th seems like the most lit day. You had people blocking off fucking entire freeways, like, news reporters getting shot, fucking Marines getting deployed. Like, the 9th seemed like a pretty exciting day, okay? Today seems boring as fuck. Not even lying. I wish I was
States
lying,
National
okay?
Guard
Because
is
there's no
seen tonight. He's
content.
now sending hundreds
I
of
need
these US
content.
Marines. Our chief national correspondent, Matt Guppin, leading us off tonight on the scene in Los Angeles. Matt is one-on-one with border czar Tom Homan tonight.
Tonight, 700 Marines are on their way to the streets of Los Angeles to assist the National Guard and law enforcement tamp down violent clashes with protesters angry over the Trump administration's immigration policies and arrests. Over the past 72 hours, pockets of LA descending into chaos. Protesters setting cars on fire, dumping bikes and scooters on police cruisers on the highway.
Damn, I didn't see that. Kind of fucked up. Just fucking take the Lime scooter and turn that shit into a projectile. I've actually seen this quite a few times. People abuse the fuck out of these in Seattle. All right, you wouldn't believe the amount of things that happen to a fucking Lime scooter in Seattle.
Law enforcement firing hundreds of flashbangs and non-lethal projectiles and making dozens of arrests.
See, the 9th was lit, dude.
In the streets that a British photographer needed emergency surgery after being struck by a non-lethal projectile.
Damn.
Moving them on through the...
And there was this moment. Watch as a correspondent for 9 News Australia
You just shut the...
reporting on the protest
Oh,
when
no.
an officer hits her with a rubber pellet.
Fuck 'em.
And tonight, an escalating war of words between California Governor Gavin Newsom and Donald Trump.
Arrest
Newsom
me.
suing the president for creating the conditions
Oh.
for this chaos. When
I guess he
signed
said
up
arrest me
California
before
officials
this.
To deploy thousands of National Guard troops.
Are you going to deploy Marines in California?
We hope to have the support of Gavin because Gavin's the big beneficiary as we straighten out.
Next time I need to have Nintendo music ready. Something about listening Something about listening to Donald Trump speak makes me want to listen to like the Wii eShop music, like the like something about listening to Donald Trump just makes me want to listen to Wii Nintendo eShop music. I don't know why.
State is a mess.
Newsom then slammed by Trump and border czar Tom Homan for his response to the unrest. Homan initially suggesting the governor should be arrested, something Trump seemed to support just hours ago.
I would do it if I were Tom. I think it's great.
Yeah, I would do it if I was Tom, but I'm Donald, so I'm not doing it.
He's done a terrible.
I have not ever said I would arrest a political opponent, but I did say I would do it if I was the border czar, right? No, that's who did he say? Who the fuck did he tell to do it?
Response to the unrest, Homan initially suggesting the governor should be arrested, something Trump seemed to support just hours ago.
I'm pretty sure they said the border czar, right? That was the motherfucker they said. I think so. I'm pretty sure they said that guy.
But I think it would be a great thing. He's done a terrible job.
Newsom responding again, calling that an unmistakable step toward authoritarianism. I asked Homan about that.
If Gavin Newsom crosses whatever threshold it is and violates the law, do you have the authority to arrest him or Mayor Karen Bass?
You know, if he broke the laws like any other U.S. citizen, we'll ask the Attorney General to investigate, and they'll prosecute. Tom Homan's not going to prosecute.
Spontaneous clashes began Friday as federal agents conducted multiple operations in and around Los Angeles. On Saturday, protests, mostly peaceful, grew larger when agents were seen staging in nearby
I feel like it's not a coincidence that every time they say mostly peaceful, they have to show clips of shit blowing up and looking fucking insane, okay? Like, mostly peaceful, guys. Poof! Mostly peaceful, don't worry.
Paramount, California.
It's the fucking Illuminati, alright? They want you to see this. They want you to think, alright, that it's evil. That it's all fucked up and corrupt. That's what they want you to think.
Armed and camouflaged troops arrived. We watched as the clashes intensified as the day progressed.
Just moments ago, there's some projectiles being thrown. Just moments ago, a motorcycle seemed to try to break through the police skirmish line. And now you can hear all those flashbangs going off. Police are trying to put...
You know, it's pretty surprising that they haven't shot the newscaster yet.
Push those protesters back, firing those less than lethals at very close range. And you can see those projectiles being thrown over. Now that motorcyclist being hauled in here. Looks like he's being arrested.
Fuck him, dude. He fucked up. He fucked up, guys.
LAPD's chief overnight saying they may need more help.
We are overwhelmed as far as the number of people out there engaged in this type of activity and the type of things that they're doing.
God damn.
And thousands today gathering peacefully, calling for the release of a prominent union leader arrested Friday during one of those workplace raids.
A lot of us are American citizens. So then what are we working for? What is the American dream? It doesn't even exist when you're picking people out of the street.
David, just want to give you a sense of where we are. This is the Federal Building in downtown Los Angeles, and there are probably a couple hundred peaceful protesters here outside, and you can see that line of federal agents and California National Guard. Right now, everything is peaceful, but on the other side, there are probably about 100 LAPD in riot gear. Now, Tom Homan telling me that he supports additional troops in downtown Los Angeles, but...
All right. We're gonna see what the fuck this is, alright? And then we're gonna, frankly, we're gonna end the stream after that point, because I said we're going to go to 11, but, you know, it's 10:40, and I keep fucking yawning, and I just had a thought to myself that if I'm yawning, then that yawn is going to be in the video, and if I'm yawning, then that means it looks boring as fuck, and it probably is a little bit boring, alright? Because I am a little bit sleepy, okay? I have been up since, I said 5 a.m. earlier, but, like, 5 a.m. is when I, like, get up. But I was up before my alarm goes off. So it was probably around, like, 4:40 or so that I've actually been awake. Either way, it's fucking 10:40, and I'm an old man. And yesterday I went to bed at fucking 10 o'clock on the dot, alright? I was in bed watching Spawn pass the fuck out by 10:30. So this is past my bedtime is what I'm saying. And fuck, I just pinched the fuck out of myself with the desk. God damn, that hurt. Okay. Either way, let's see what this fucking song is. What the fuck is this? Oh god. No. Okay, just like and subscribe. Alright. Like and subscribe. Fucking follow, like and subscribe. And join the server. Alright, we have a Discord server, okay? We have a Discord server for fucking autists, okay? So if you're autistic, you wanna fight me, join the Discord, alright? It's that simple. It's as simple as clicking a fucking link, alright? That's all you have to do, just join the Discord server, okay? It's a recommended thing. As I said, if you want to fight with me, you would get the opportunity to fight with me. Okay, I'm also active in my own Discord server. Fucking imagine that. Imagine being active in a Discord server, okay? So, join the Discord server. And past that point, go fuck yourself. Alright? But don't actually do that because it might be uncomfortable if you don't have lube. I recommend doing it if you have lube, okay? Because I want it to be an enjoyable experience, really. I want you to come back and love it. But yeah, until then, I'm going to fucking lie down. And then tomorrow, I'm going to fucking... That sound that I just made, that was me banging out my next YouTube video. And it will be posted on Friday. So, we'll be adding those finishing touch pizzazzes to the fucking Stop Killing Games video. And then we'll post the Stop Killing Games video. And then I can stop talking about Stop Killing Games. Because it'll be over. And it's gone. And, that'll be it, okay? And once we post the video about Stop Killing Games, I never literally have to talk about it again. Unless Ross sees the video somehow and then responds to it, and then I'm in beef with the Stop Killing Games guy, and then we might have to talk about some more. But I hope that doesn't happen, because I want a video to exist for in 5 years when I have like some moderate level of success. I can tell people, it's like, yeah, I always knew Stop Killing Games was a stupid idea, and I have the video. Okay, that's all this is really for. But until then, guys, I hope it's been a good stream. I hope you enjoyed some aspect of this. I actually enjoyed this. This was a fun stream. I hope Raging Tomato does a panel sometime, because I do want to do another panel. All right. Might look into maybe even going to fucking Easy's fucking panels or anything like that, because frankly, that's a avenue I could get some views. Okay. I've never been there. Nobody knows me there, right? Be a fresh face, really. So like, might get some attention. All right, might be worth it. And then frankly, I don't give a fuck about being an asshole there, because I don't imagine there's a lot of people I'm gonna fucking like really hit it off with. Like I'll pick up some views, but I can also be an obnoxious asshole, and I can really test my confidence there in an easy debate panel. But that's for then, and this is now. And right now I'm going to fuck to bed, so I'll catch you guys later. Peace.